I hope y'all staying blessed. But what if the storm that came to destroy you is actually proof that God trusts you? Mm. You see, the devil don't come for you because you weak. He come because God bragged on you. You ever cried so hard that your chest hurt and you still felt like heaven was silent? You prayed, you fasted, you believed, but everything just kept falling apart. That was Job, y'all. He didn't sin. He was faithful, but he still got tested because heaven and hell had a conversation about his name. God told Satan or asked him, "Have you considered my servant Job?" That one question changed everything. Satan didn't come after Job because he hated him. He went after Job because Job loved God. He wanted to prove that Job only served God for what he gave him and not for who he was. So God said, "Go ahead, test him, but don't touch his soul." And in one day, Job lost everything. His livestock was gone, his wealth was wiped out, and his servants was unalived. And worst of all, y'all, some of his kids was taken in a storm. Then his health failed him. Child, painful sores was covering his whole body. He went from honored to humiliated, from rich to ruined, and from being surrounded to being alone. And still Job said, "Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return. The Lord gave, and the Lord have taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." That's faith. That is faith, y'all. Not the kind you shout about in church, but the kind you live through while going through pain. Job didn't just lose things, he lost people too. The same friends who said they showed up came with judgment instead of comfort. Three of them came with judgment instead of comfort. They told him he must have done something wrong. And then sometimes that's how it feels when life breaks you. People start blaming you. Well, what did you do to cause that? But Job's story reminds us when God allows loss, it's not to destroy you, it's to develop you. Because what you may have lost was never greater than what he's about to restore. That should get some of y'all happy. Gets me happy and all excited. Now, for a while, God was silent, and the silence was the hardest part. But silence doesn't mean absence, it means he's watching how we respond when we don't understand his plan. When God finally spoke, he didn't explain himself, he revealed himself. Because sometimes you don't need answers, you need revelation. And before God restored Job, he told him to pray for the same friends who hurt him. Because you can't step into restoration with resentment in your heart. That's why forgiveness and love is so important. Then God gave Job double the sheep, double the oxen, double the blessing, and new sons and daughters, and the most beautiful in the land. That's what restoration looks like when it comes from God. Not just replacement, but redemption. So if you're in your Job season and it just feels stripped, it feels silent and unfair, hold on. Hold on. You're not being punished, you're being tested. You're being tested. You might have lost some things, maybe even some people, but you didn't lose God. You didn't lose God. I didn't lose God when I was going through my troubles. And that means it's not over. It's not over because the same God who allowed the storm is the same God who's about to command it to stop. Hey. And when he restores you, it won't look like what you lost. It'll look like grace, peace, and purpose. That's what it'll look like. You see, the devil wanted Job to curse God, but Job's endurance exposed the truth. That faith isn't proven in comfort, it's proven in crisis. It's proven in crisis, y'all. So if you tired and you don't understand why God let it happen, just know he's not breaking you down. He's building you up. Your pain has purpose. Your loss has life. And your story? Your story is not ending in ashes. It's ending in glory. The same God who let the storm rage is sending the rainbow. He's sending the rainbow. And when he restores you, it'll be double. It'll be double because you were never forgotten. You were chosen. You are chosen. I wish I was in you know, faithful to him during my trials and my tribulations. But the book of Job, ooh, Job went through something serious, y'all. And he did doubt. Some of his friends, what they were saying, even convinced him that, hey, it must have been something you did. But hold on, y'all. Have faith. Have faith. If you was looking for advancement in your job or whatever, you gonna want to pass that test. So how about we pass this test? When we going through something, we just get on our knees and we pray. And we just tell God, Lord, let thy will be done.